My name is Tim Watts. I'm the federal member for Gellibrand and one of the co-conveners of the Parliamentarians Against Family Violence group that we're launching today. I'd like to thank my co-conveners Ken White and Andrew Broad for their support in making today happen. And I'm really pleased at the turnout here today. It really shows that while there might not be many things that we're engaged with in a bipartisan way at the moment, this is certainly one of those issues. So to Vice Admiral Ray Griggs, Vice Chief of the Defence Force, the Honourable Kevin Andrews MP, the Minister for Human Services, the Honourable Bill Shorten MP, the Leader of the Opposition, my co-conveners Lisa Wheeldon from Our Watch, the newly rebranded Foundation to Prevent Violence Against Women and Children, and Stephen Carter from the White Ribbon Foundation. I'd also like to just personally thank Robin McIver from Relationships Victoria and my electorate, who's come all the way from Melbourne to be here today. Look, in April of this year, a woman was killed in my electorate in extraordinarily tragic circumstances. The matter's now before the courts, so I can't talk about the specifics of the incident at this time, but suffice to say it sparked a major conversation in my community about the issue of family violence. Unfortunately, I don't need to say much about the specifics of this incident here today, because it's a story that's being repeated in every electorate across this country every week. It's one of the most depressing facts of Australian political life that today, on average, one woman is killed by a partner or former partner in Australia every week. And these statistics bear repeating because they really do paint a bleak picture. 1 in 3 women aged over 15 has experienced physical assault. 1 in 5 have been sexually assaulted. And the statistic that I found most personally confronting is the fact that these women who do experience family violence, of those women, almost 20% will do so for the first time while pregnant. How anyone could hit a partner while they were pregnant is something that at first I found extremely difficult to understand. But after a series of conversations with advocates and support providers in this area and service providers in this area, I now understand that the root cause of family violence is gender inequality and men who believe that they are entitled to exercise power and control over every aspect of their partner's lives, a perverse impulse that is frequently triggered by a process that by biological definition does not involve the male partner. My wife and I used to joke when she was pregnant that we're not pregnant, she is. A reminder for me that she was experiencing things that I could not and that I should be on my best behaviour. The excruciating reality, however, is that for many women, this situation is not a loving joke between partners. Given this, it's important that MPs are able to learn about this very serious issue, not at candlelight vigils for murdered women, like the one that Bill Shorten and I attended in my electorate in April, but in a forum that enables advocates and service providers who are on the front line of this issue to share their experiences and expertise. And that's why I'm so pleased at the strong bipartisan support, in fact cross-partisan support, that we've received for this group, as evidenced by the turnout today. Andrew Broad and Ken White, I'd like to thank them for their leadership on this issue. Two men that I know from my conversations with them understand this issue and take it extremely seriously. As men who have been elected to this Parliament, we have a special responsibility on this issue. We're often led to believe that leadership is about the exercise of power, but our responsibility on this issue as men calls for a different kind of leadership. It calls on us to listen and to learn from the experiences of the women around us, experiences that as men we cannot ourselves experience firsthand, and then to use what we can learn to talk to other men, to change the community attitudes that allow some men to feel entitled to use violence against the women in their lives. And in the meantime, to support the women who are subjected to this violence and to help them take control over their lives. That's why we're here. That's the objective of the Parliamentarians Against Family Violence group. And with that in mind, I'm now very pleased to hand over to Andrew Broad to introduce our guest speaker for today, Vice Admiral Ray Griggs.